Mm, is somebody talking about Jadon Sancho? I think you are. I think I am. Sorry, I'm not exactly where I normally am. Sorry if the quality of the camera is not quite as good. I'm not at home tonight. I'm not at my studio. But I tell you what, Fabrizio Romano is at his computer and he's talking about a certain player called Jadon Sancho and giving it those famous three words. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano has waded in on Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. The deal is agreed. I spoke about it a few days with all of you in the live chat here, and I'm here tonight to speak about the exact news from Fabrizio Romano, to run through all of it from David Ornstein. But finally, nearly 2 years after we really started speaking about it, Jadon Sancho to Manchester United is a deal that has been agreed. Where are you watching this from? Let me know in the comments below, because there's going to be plenty of you tuning in to watch this live stream. And why not? Because let's be honest, we have all waited for this for a long, long time. Let me know in the comments where you're all watching this from. If you want to ask me a question, please fire in your super chats, because I will not be able to keep up with the comments that are going to be flying into this live stream. But let's go straight to it and let's look at it from Fabrizio Romano. Manchester United and Jadon Sancho. Here we go. The famous three words that he's now shouting out. The done deal is confirmed, he says. Agreement has been reached between Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund. 90 million euros with add-ons. Agents' fees and personal terms to be agreed. The contract until 2026. Medicals pending. Then it will be official. Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. And I think I've said this quite a few times, because of how long-winded the transfer has been, because of how much it's dragged out. It's been quite hard for us to enjoy the idea that Jadon Sancho might be moving to Manchester United. But now that's all in the past. We can forget about that. And we can just get excited by the fact that Jadon Sancho is going to be a Manchester United player. And that is ridiculously exciting. You know, Bukayo Saka might have been favoured ahead of Jadon Sancho at the Euros, and same with Raheem Sterling. And given the fact that he scored all the goals for England at the Euros so far, you can't argue with that. But as Abhijit here saying with the super chat, big up to you, Abby. Finally, here we go. The three magical words, and it is the magical word, because I said earlier in my live stream when I did it a couple of days ago, I said, look, the fact that Fabrizio Romano has sort of tweeted straight after the news came out and said that nothing has really accelerated or changed, don't get disheartened by that. And, you know, as I said, I don't think Fabrizio Romano has been hugely first to the news throughout this whole thing, but he comes up here and he comes up strong. And I've never doubted Fabrizio Romano's integrity whatsoever. And today he's given the three words that everybody in these comments are looking from. Look, we've got Stephen watching from Uganda. We've got Shafiq, you're also watching from Uganda. We've got Jeffrey Price on YouTube watching from Exeter. Make sure, Jeffrey, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It's free. Join in the gang. Get involved. Who else we got? We've got Bernard watching from Kenya. How are you doing? Mickey watching from Ghana. Yuvaraj watching from Malaysia, all around the world. Izioma watching from Senegal. Jadon from South Africa. We've got Gift watching from Zambia. Wow, man, all around the world, and all of us together at the same time. We're coming here to enjoy and speak about the fact that Jadon Sancho is a Manchester United player. How exciting is that, people? Honestly, how exciting is that? We've waited so long, really, really so long to get Jadon Sancho in at United. You know, last year we went through, Dortmund wanted 120 million euros. We weren't willing to pay that amount of money. We waited a bit. We negotiated. We didn't get him last summer. Now, a year on, we have got Jadon Sancho in a deal worth 90 million euros. Look, that's 30 million euros cheaper than last summer. So as far as Manchester United can go, it's a deal that's very, very good. You know, I wish I wish it happened sooner. I wish it wasn't as painful. I wish it wasn't as a drawn out as it was. But this is Manchester United we're talking about. And let's be honest, in the transfer market, rarely do we get things done extremely simply. But as well as this story that's coming out from Fabrizio Romano, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look on Twitter. I'm going to run through all the separate elements of the story as it has broken, from David Ornstein, who's waded in as well, from everybody else, because it's a developing story. You know, when will Jadon Sancho sign? What number will he wear? Will he wear the number 7 shirt? Let's see what happens there. Super chat's been fired in, so I'm going to answer it, and it's from the other OG, Dark Prince. They say Sancho is coming home, but does that mean he's coming home? It's coming home. Everybody's coming home. Dark Prince. Not only are England going to win the Euros, but Jadon Sancho is coming back to Manchester, and he's coming to the red side of Manchester instead of the blue side. And that's the real side of Manchester. But as I said, let's take a look at how this story has developed. If we go down here, we look at the news breaking from Fabrizio Romano here. This is my tweet deck, by the way. This is me looking at all my stories on Twitter to make sure I'm on top of it for you. So it broke from Christian Falk earlier, 85 million up to 95 million. David Ornstein weighed in. He said the deal is done. The total agreement is 85 million. Sancho has green-lighted the personal terms, and he will undergo a medical before completing that move. When will that medical be? Is a question all of you are going to ask. Now, that medical for me is not going to look in a likely situation. It's not going to happen until Jadon Sancho is not at Euro 2020 with England. So I think we can effectively say that nothing's really going to develop in that sense until his involvement in that competition has stopped and until he can then do his medical. A super chat here has been fired in. I'm going to answer it for you as I always do. This one coming in from Broken Shinobi saying, finally end of the Sancho saga. Here we need Rafael Varane. Glazers out. Love your work, Sam, from India. Big up to you, Broken Shinobi. Questions in the comments right now. Not questions, sorry. Who's our next signing? Who do you want it to be? Fire your names in. I'll see where you're all watching from. Harry Atkinson watching from Nova Scotia in Canada. How are you doing, my friend? Nice to have you joining me here. We've got Ashraf watching from England. Well, you enjoyed the football the other day. We've got Lovins watching from Bermuda. How are you doing, my friend? Thank you very much for joining in. Where else have we got? There's too many comments. We've got Donovan watching from Phoenix and Durban. How you doing, my friend? Hassan watching from Sweden. How are you doing as well? Aziz watching from Nigeria. Oh, man, there's too many. Too many of you commenting. Look, if you're new to the channel and you're joining in, thank you for joining in. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to United People's TV as well if you're new. And if you're watching on Facebook, please drop a like on it. Please share it as well. Get it around the world, as many reds as possible. But let's go back to this story and see how it's continued to develop over the last 20 minutes to an hour from what has been going on. David Ornstein saying Jadon Sancho will undergo a medical in the next few days ahead of his official veiling as a Manchester United player. Now, does that mean that that Jadon Sancho is being kept out of the England team by Gareth Southgate on purpose because of the fact that all this stuff is going on with his future? I'm not sure. It may well be the case, but, you know, he played a few minutes. I think it was Czech Republic, the last group game. I think Jadon Sancho came off the bench. Didn't really do much, but at the end of the game, no England player really did much. Is that the reason he's not been playing? I'm not sure. Let's head back and see what else has developed after that. We have got Sky reporting the same thing. 73 million, by the way. 73 million pounds for Jadon Sancho. Now, you might disagree with me when I say this, but I think that is an absolutely phenomenal deal by Manchester United to get Jadon Sancho for that price. Jadon Sancho, if I'm, let me stand corrected, I think he's 21, isn't he? 21 years old. Only just turned 21 in March. Jadon Sancho has got his whole career ahead of himself. He's further ahead of where most players are at his age, and he's already a fantastic, elite level, world-class, game-changing player. And he's coming into an attack, and I've said this before, attack is not the weakest part of Manchester United's game. We've already got Cavani there. We've already got Greenwood. We've already got Rashford. We've already got Bruno. We've already got Pogba. United going forward before Sancho comes into the team is exciting. It's just the fact that we don't have a true right winger to fill that spot. So next season, we can look at our starting 11 now and be guaranteed that as long as he's fit, Jadon Sancho is starting on the right wing. And that makes a big difference because Rashford's been pushed out there quite a lot to accommodate Pogba on the left. That's taken Pogba. No, Pogba's okay in that position, but it's certainly taken Rashford out of that position. Hopefully, it means we see Dan James on the left-hand side. You look at Dan James with Wales, so much better on the left than he has been on the right-hand side. But Sancho, and I have to go over this again, Sancho to United, man. Here we go. We've been waiting so long for this, and it has been it's been exactly that. It's been sapping, very sapping to watch it as a United fan. But ultimately now, on the 30th of June, we're sitting here and we've agreed a deal for Sancho, and we now have 6 weeks left as a football club to go out and to sign the defensive midfielder that we so desperately need, to sign the centre-back that we so desperately need. Jadon Sancho, for me, I love the guy. I can't wait to see him in the United shirt. I think we're going to be so much more exciting and attacking with him in the team. It wasn't our priority this summer. Central defensive midfield and centre-back are both bigger for United than signing Sancho. But we've got Sancho over the line, and that is such an important thing. Let me see what's going on over on YouTube. Mohammed there making a comment. 700 of you watching on YouTube, but only 200 likes. 500 of you right now, smash that like button. And if you're new in town, hit that subscribe button as well. I apologize about the camera quality, about the lighting. I'm not where I normally am to shoot these videos, but I had to go live because the man himself, Fabrizio Romano, came with the 3 magic words. But let me see where you're watching this from, because there's so many of you, thousands of you watching on YouTube and Facebook combined. Where are you watching it from? Like Dominion watching from Montenegro, like Nicola. Big up Montenegro. How you doing? I drove through that when I went on a road trip from Albania up to Croatia. Drove through Montenegro. I think Olchin's in Montenegro. Lovely place. Really enjoyed it. Got Tosin watching from Nigeria. How you doing, my friend? Bunting Wright watching from Sierra Leone, saying that we get Neves. Look, you know what my opinion about Neves is. I'd love to sign the guy. I really, really would. Got Pascal watching from Tanzania. How are you doing, Pascal? My good friend. Let me see where else you're watching this from. We've got Bishop watching from Mozambique. Wicked. How you doing? Oh, look. We've got Iza, who's Ghanaian, but watching from Spain. How you doing, my friend? Let's go down to the comments. Someone has sent in a super chat, so I'm going to scroll back up. So many comments coming in. My God, I can't keep up with this. It's Abhijit. Big up, Abby. What about this new 3-year deal for Lingardinho? Look, Lingard has clearly proven his quality as a Manchester United, not as a Manchester United player, but as a Premier League level footballer. He's like Johnny Evans. When Johnny Evans left Manchester United, it wasn't necessarily because Johnny Evans was a terrible footballer. It's because we had Nemanja Vidic and we had Rio Ferdinand. I think we still had Rio Ferdinand at that point. But anyway, Johnny Evans couldn't get into that team. Lingard is a good footballer and will be good wherever he moves from Manchester United. But unfortunately for Lingard, that is not going to be at Manchester United. His career lies elsewhere. Another super chat coming in here. Big up this one from Nate Bennett. Thank you very much, Nate. New to the super chat gang. Welcome aboard. Hope all is well, Sam. Love the Sancho news. Bring Varane in and resign Pogba. Go for the league. So many things said at once. Do you think that Pogba will stay? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Type yes or no in. For me, we're a summer now where if we don't get Pogba to sign a new deal, then Pogba could leave on a free transfer next summer. That would be United losing Pogba on a free, not only once, but twice. And that would be terrible behaviour by the football club. But heading back to this Sancho news, because I haven't quite finished on it yet, let's have a look and see what else is developing here from The Athletic, who, as I said, David Ornstein and The Athletic, I very much trust what they say. Jadon Sancho, who is currently on international duty, has already started the process of finding a house in the Manchester area. Big up. Go and live next to Bruno. See and have a good time there. Jadon Sancho is expected to sign a 5-year contract until 2026. He's staying. 72.9 million, saying Samuel Luckhurst. Look, it looks like that's the fee. And I said it before, I'll say it again now. 73 million euros for a player like Jadon Sancho, for somebody who comes in And he's your match winner. He is a potential match winner. And in football, they are probably the most valuable players in the team, because you can keep your clean sheets all you want, but ultimately it's going to be those players who are going to win matches and change matches for you. They're the most important ones. And someone like Jadon Sancho for 73 million pounds, for me, is an outstanding piece of business for Manchester United. It really is. I mean, it took long enough, but my word, it looks like we're good. And this one here is quite interesting. Jadon Sancho has asked to wear number 7 at Man United, but no decision has yet been taken. Now, let me know in the comments below. Do you think that Jadon Sancho should get the number 7 shirt straight away? I think Memphis Depay got it straight away. I think there's other players that have got it straight away. Or do you think that's something that maybe he should earn? Maybe he should learn how to wear the shirt. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But there's nobody. I don't know, Edison Cavani. Of course, it's Cavani. So Cavani's got the number 7 shirt, and Cavani is the first player really that at Manchester United has broken that number 7 curse. Ever since Ronaldo left, we've had Valencia, we've had Di Maria, we've had Memphis, we've had, was it Young? Valencia had it. No one since Ronaldo has earned that shirt. And I would say Cavani is the only player who's really come in and actually done a bit of justice to the legacy of the number 7 shirt, which for me, since Fergie retired, has diminished massively. But let me see what you think in the comments. In the comments here, we've got Ash Horrocks saying no, he needs to earn it. I want to see him earn that now. We've got Abhijit, you're saying maybe 14 for now and 7 later. Got Rohan on YouTube. How you doing, Rohan? Make sure you subscribe like everybody else. If you're new in town, saying let Sancho earn that shirt. Mo, you disagree, saying yes, he can be our number 7 straight away. Mo, you're coming in saying Cavani to 21 and Sancho to 7. I think he should earn it. And Mature, watching from Texas, how are you doing, my friend? As I always keep saying, make sure at this point, if you're new to United People's TV, drop a like on the video and please subscribe. It's free. I think it's down there. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, get involved. And if you really want to ask me a question, please send your super chats in. As I'm sure you can see by following the comments, it's almost impossible for me to keep up the comments. So if you fire your super chats in, I can find them. Like Dark Prince, big up Dark Prince, saying, I think Martial gets sold. Cavani 9 and Sancho 7. My opinion on Martial is that I think he, at this point now, we can all agree he's had enough time at Manchester United to really prove that we can't rely on him. I really, really want Martial to work out United at United, but for me, I don't think that's possible now. I think Martial went from, not last season, the season before, I think he finished on 23 goals and Rashford finished on 22. One of the other way around. He finished on a fantastic season, 20-plus goals in all competitions, and you're thinking, wow, Martial can be our number 9. But 1 year later, Martial has completely disappeared off the face of the earth. And I just don't think that Martial really suits this aggressive, intense style that Solskjaer is trying to build at the club. And that's just my own opinion. You might disagree on that. Let's see if anything else is being said about this Jadon Sancho deal whilst we're here and live. Jadon Sancho will have his medical after Euro 2020, says James Ducker. And that's a story that's coming out there. I think that's understandable. I think that's fair. I think you couldn't expect anything else. Jadon Sancho right now, he's busy with England winning Euro 2020. He can't do a medical. Got James Ducker here saying Man City will receive 9.74 million due to a 15% sell-on clause. So we're paying for some of City's transfers this summer. Isn't that funny? Moving on here, saying Manchester United will now go all out on strengthening at centre-back, while there is also interest in adding competition at right-back and in midfield. And if I'm being honest, it's not just about adding competition into midfield for Manchester United. I've said it all along. It's all about getting a proper defensive midfielder so we can have a legit world-class midfield from front to back. At the moment, we've got Fred and McTominay, which just, they aren't up to the level in their own positions that Pogba and Bruno are in front of them. And that's not really a slight. Well, no, it is a slight against Fred and McTominay, but Pogba and Bruno are just that much better in their positions. We need that sort of quality in defensive midfield. My own opinion. Make sure you subscribe to United People's TV right now if you're new. There are literally thousands of you watching, and I guarantee all of you are not subscribed. But where are you watching this from? We've got Ian Crowley watching from Bangladesh. How are you doing, Ian? Good evening to you. I'm not sure if you know, but Sancho, here we go. Yes, please. That's what we're wanting. We've got Ian watching from Bangladesh again. We've got Prince watching from Ghana. We've got Jim watching from Freetown. How are you doing, my friend? We've got Pranesh watching from India. Ty watching from Nigeria. And one more. Let me quickly see. As I said, I've got to quickly scroll up. Oh, look. We've got Sackable watching from Alabama. How you doing, Sackable? Watching from Alabama. Wicked. It is so hard, honestly, to keep up with the comments that you keep firing in. But I love it, and I'm going to keep doing it. Let's head back over to Twitter and see what else has been developing. Got Rob Dawson here from ESPN saying Sancho is expected to be part of Solskjaer's squad in time for the start of the Premier League season on August the 14th. And that bit there is something that I've called for so long, for Manchester United to properly do their transfers properly, apparently. Because it's so important to get the players in before the season starts. Because first of all, you've got your full squad in. Second of all, you give that new signing the opportunity to embed themselves in the team. And that is so crucial. It can't be underestimated how important that is. Because United, look at Cavani. We signed him on deadline day last summer. And the season had already started by a few weeks. So it was very hard for Cavani to come in, settle, meet his new players, meet the new surroundings. Right now, you've given Jadon Sancho the best opportunity to make the most of his new club. He's going to be in before the start of the season, 12:30 on a Saturday against Leeds, where Jadon Sancho is going to bag 2. Yes, please. Abhijit coming in with a super chat. Yes, Abby. How you doing, my friend? Saying Martial too lazy for the number 9 role. I think that's I feel like that's a little bit unfair, but I know exactly what you mean. I think if you look at the running stats of Martial, I think he actually puts himself about quite a lot. But Martial, very much when you look at his body language, by comparison of the players around him, he can look quite lazy. And it's not just that I'm saying that Martial is not going to work out. It's just the whole of last season, I just didn't see enough from Anthony Martial to tell me that he can really be our proper number 9. Because when you're challenging for the Premier League, when you're challenging for the Champions League, you need the best players possible in those positions. And that, for me, is exactly why I don't think we can rely on Anthony Martial in that position. Not when you've got players of the quality of Bruno and Pogba behind him. Got a super chat here coming in from Surab. How you doing, Surab? Saying, we need to reinforce the midfield with a defensive midfielder. Great news. But I must take the moment to appreciate Maguire and Shaw. Our captain was tremendous yesterday, and I'm looking forward to the new season. And that's a very good point you're making there, Surab, and it's a point I would definitely agree with. Harry Maguire got man of the match there against Germany. The best England game that you've seen in a long, long time. 55 years since England beat Germany in tournament football. We did it yesterday, and we did it. We did it with the performance that I would normally associate Germany doing against England, but instead it was England doing it to Germany. And Maguire was sensational. He came back in these 2 games from his injury, and he won man of the match there, and he was arguably man of the match in the game before. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Do you think that Harry Maguire do you think he's hyper-criticised at Manchester United compared to England, or do you think he's just that much better for England in terms of the praise he gets? Because he certainly got praise. And I'll tell you what, Jose Mourinho is looking like an absolute dick with Luke Shaw's performances. Luke Shaw, again, arguably man of the match against Germany. So good. Great cross in for the first goal for Sterling, but it wasn't just the assist there. It was the overall intensity in the performance. And he was the man who won the ball back, that fed it towards Grealish, that eventually went round to Kane for 2-0 as well. Shaw was great. Shaw has had a fantastic redemption year and some. Shaw's level has gone up severely, and it's exactly why Alex Telles has come in and not played at all. And it's simply because he's been so good. Got a super chat here coming in from the real 6'5", saying Camavinga as the central defensive midfield signing. Now, if you look at Camavinga's performances for Rennes and his actual average position, he's not really a defensive midfielder. Certainly not a pure defensive midfielder like someone like Ndidi or Kante. It's a position he can learn. And at the age of 18, can you really put someone down as having an absolutely solid and finished position? I'm not sure. At 18, players are learning how to play football still. But at 21, there's someone who's not learning how to play football. And that is Jadon Sancho. You know I'm talking about Sancho here because Fabrizio Romano is coming with the 3 words. Here we go. The deal is agreed. Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. Let me try and pull this one up for you quickly again because it's nice to have it on the stream, isn't it? Share screen. Let me stop that one. Share another one because it's exciting, man. We've waited so long for this and now it's finally happening. Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. Here we go, says Fabrizio Romano. Done deal confirmed. The agreement reached between United and Dortmund, 90 million euros with add-ons, agent fees and personal terms agreed. Contract until 2026. Medicals pending. Then it will be official. So all we got to do now is wait for England to probably get knocked out of Euro 2020 at some point, or beating Ukraine in the quarterfinal, beating Denmark or Czech Republic in the final, and then beating probably Italy or Belgium in the actual final. Maybe we're going to win it all. Let me see where you're watching this from. Before I do these quick shout outs, please, if you're new on YouTube, subscribe down there. Right there, it's free. Get involved. Drop a like on the video on YouTube as well. And if you're watching on Facebook, and so many of you are, drop a like on the stream. Share it with other Reds. Get involved. It's a happy stream. Jadon Sancho is done, but let me see where you're all watching this from. We have got Derek watching from Ethiopia on YouTube. How you doing, my friend? We've got Sandeep watching from Kenya. How you doing from Kenya? We've got Tavish watching from Mauritius. How are you doing, my friend? Jeremy Moses from Cape Town. I've seen your name before, Jeremy. I recognize you. How are you doing, my friend? Mustafa Barrow watching from Italy. You've definitely been on here too. It's really nice to see so many regular faces all joining in, all leaving your comments, all getting involved in the channel. It makes it puts a big smile on my face to see how many of you from all around the world, literally all around the world, join in and get involved in this happy stream because Jadon Sancho to Manchester United, it's here we go. It is done deal, baby. And we've waited a long time for this. All summer long, last summer, we waited and we waited patiently for United to agree a deal with Dortmund for Sancho, but the deal never went through. It was painful. It was so painful. But finally, it's gone through. The deal is done. Fabrizio's confirmed it. This week at some point, we'll probably get official confirmation on manunited.com, and we'll see Jadon Sancho, hopefully there, smiling and holding up a United shirt. We might have to wait a little bit for that, though, I think, because of the Euros and because of the involvement. But as long as the deal is done, I don't care. And the big thing there, the big 2 things here from this is that Jadon Sancho will be at Manchester United in time for that first game against Leeds on the 14th of August. And second of all, it sounds like Jadon Sancho wants the number 7 shirt. Will he come straight in and be number 7 at Manchester United? Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. I'm going to wrap this up now. Thank you all for very much for joining. A great half an hour talking about Sancho. Thank you, everyone who sent in your super chats. And please subscribe to the channel now if you haven't already. I'll apologize one more time for the backdrop, for the camera quality, but I don't really care. It doesn't really matter because Jadon Sancho is a Manchester United player. And all of you are happy. So everyone have a wicked Wednesday night. I'll be here tomorrow or the next day. I'm not really sure when, but Jadon Sancho is a Manchester United player. Not yet. It's nearly official. And that's all I really care about. So drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and drop a like and share if you're watching on Facebook.